What's up, guys? Ninja on a Ninja, and another video has come across my radar, and so I'm gonna check it out. I have not watched it, I have not seen it, I don't know what is going to be talked about. I don't even know what the subject is because this is a video I was going to watch it yesterday, but I put it off till today, and this is weird. Interesting, okay. Sorry, I was changing the size of my OBS. Apparently, that's as small as it got. Alright. I thought I got smaller than that. Okay. But, anyways, so I got this video. I haven't seen it. I haven't watched it. I don't know what to expect. Any background sounds you hear, I was playing a game and I happened to randomly accidentally click on it, and I can't get the fucking thing out of my mind, so I'm gonna get it out of my mind by doing what I should probably do and respond to the video, you fuck. So let's go.
People discussing. I'd like to offer a perspective that I don't see.
Oh, before I start, it's how I think about climate change by Star Talk, which I'm pretty sure Star Talk is actually his site. So, yeah, we'll see what he has to say.
Often shared.
And he's home, by the way. So, home field advantage goes to Neil.
By people discussing climate change. So, couple of points. As you surely know, all evidence gathered from many branches of science point to human-induced changes.
I'm just kidding. I want to say this is stuff that you should see as well as me. And I ain't here to like, ha 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 ha, you're wrong. No, I still want the guy doing what he does. It's just that I'm gonna call you out. That's all this is. I'm calling you out. I call you out. Basically, right or wrong, I'm gonna put it out. It doesn't matter what it is. I'm looking for people who are better than me. I want to learn. I ask people questions. There's that cat noise again. Anyways, ignore it, Ben. Ignore it. I ask people all the time who are example doctors, right? There's questions I have. It's because I learn things. Like when I'm talking education and we start entering into a field someone can master, sure, I'm all about learning, right? But the problem is intelligence. That's where people tend to think they know more than me, and then I go and show them wrong, and they assume, or people from the outside, for example, I will call somebody out and post a video about it, and someone watching the video, for example, will thumbs down my video, and why? The reason why is because I made him look bad, I made him wrong, or you don't agree with him, and no, it's not that I don't agree with him. It's that he's wrong. It's not about me agreeing or disagreeing. It's he's just wrong, or he is right. You know what I'm saying? It depends. Like this is Neil deGrasse Tyson, so this is a person you want to see. You want to watch his videos. Or you want to at least take in what he has to say. Right? He has an idea in his head. You want him to take it out of his head and put it into yours. Right? That's the whole point of language. Shit, and this is why it's important to be able to talk clearly, or at least no punctuation and shit. So that when I transfer my thought, it doesn't have to be perfect or anything. Just makes it easier for me to pick up the thought, right? And it shows like if you put enough effort into your work, then you're showing that you care, that you want me to have your thought. And so, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I talk the way I do, because I honestly don't care if you pick up or you don't, or if you share or you don't. You should, don't get me wrong, you should share what I have to say. Don't get me wrong, because it's going to better humanity, and at the end of the day, the world's going to be a better place because of it. And that's why the rich will try to shun me and push me down, which is exactly why you have to pass it around. Because they can't stop you from sharing, but they can stop me from popping off of their algorithm, right? So that's again, transferring thoughts, and that's all I'm doing is transferring thoughts. It's just that when it comes into my mind, it has to go through the ultimate kind of like, what do I know? Like, I am the most intelligent man in the world, and like, what I know, what I think, what I understand, and like my take on things, right? And then from there, it goes through all of the just random shit that I picked up over the years, education and whatnot, like science, history, like engineering, mechanics, like with cars and shit, or computers, whatever, anything, the stars, astronomy, and just random stuff that I picked up. And some things that I picked up can be wrong, which is why I'm hoping to find someone who knows more than me that can check my work and know if I'm right or wrong, right? Because I love finding out that I'm wrong something about. You have been disconnected due to inactivity. Press play to put. Okay, that's fine. Alright, so I've seen something happen in the game. That's fine. Um, I wonder if I can actually shut it up, because I'm not sure if you can hear it, but I can hear it. Let's see. Nope, that didn't work. That's fine. We'll just close it out. Okay, so um, yeah, you want to take what he has to say and put it in your head. And again, this is what's important. Like, it's for me to watch it, for example, because I want to know what he has to say, and I hear what he has to say, and I'm like, oh, I think he's right or I think he's wrong, depending on what, and so be it. Some website about some uh, bots or some shit. Banned. You are now banned. Doesn't matter because it's fucking. I wish I could find the IP and just ban these motherfuckers. So they have to buy new computers every fucking time. But then all they have is the IP address change, and yeah, it's bullshit. And it's crazy because like that right there, that's a whole frontier. Like that is a place we want a mind like mine. Like, where is the line? Like, where is it okay or where does it stop? That's the thing. There is no end, because you always want there to be a secret, like a way to stop it. You always want to stop it, right? But at the same time, you don't want to stop the world. You don't want to stop evolving. You don't want to stop evolution, right? Maybe slow it down so that you can take it in. That might help. You know what I'm saying? Or so people don't get completely left behind or ruin society, or some guy discovers something, flies to the moon, blows up the world so that all the people are dead, goes to the world by himself. Or every man in the world dies and it's just him and he has endless pussy. Like, and then all the bitches die except for the fucking pretty ones. Right? But that's gonna reset a lot of shit, because there's a lot of pretty girls that are fucking dumb. And there's a lot of smart people that don't fucking like. I think personally that's what's going on, by the way. Someone like me, like my mom, like, I don't know what the fuck she did or that we did, but you want me to succeed in humanity, not because of my genes. Well, it is my genes. But what I'm saying is, whatever is in me, we want that to pass on. And the reason why is because then the next generation has that intellect, basically, right? But if I die without passing off my genes, they won't have that intellect, and then we become places like Mexico. And that's what the evil in America wants. That the rich and whatnot want is to forever, farm you, and they don't want the animals to up. Like, imagine a cow just standing up like, Farmer Dan, fuck you, I don't want that for my animals. Like, I want you to be animals, basically, right? As a farmer. But if they were like me, where if I was farming and one of my cows stood up and like, Farmer Dan, fuck you. And I'm like, whoa, hey, dude, you're talking. And he's like, yeah, what about it? I've been picking up for years. And just like, come here, we gotta talk. You're gonna be my best friend. Because he can help me talk to the cows. Because I want to make their lives better too. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Like, we need more people like me to be up there making decisions and shit. That's what I'm saying. Like, my mind is the best mind to decide, like, where does it end? And I think it should just be trickled. At the end of the day, I think it should be trickled. And probably our forefathers were probably as intelligent as me. By the way, that just shows you how much we reset and how we fucked up humanity by killing off the smart people. And yeah. So, anyways, and how we kill ourselves off and whatnot. But um, I'm trying to say, because I get it, like it's like a graph, and yeah, it might be my empire, but understand, like, that empire is for humanity, and what I do with it is I'll pass it on. Like, okay, that's your empire. I don't care. I don't care. I just want it to grow. It doesn't have to be mine. Like, the whole mine aspect is some stupid animalistic bullshit. Like, you should be in charge if that's how you think. You know what I'm saying? If you want everything, why? Why do you want the biggest wallet? What are you gonna do with it? What's your plan? Oh, I just want to have you have the biggest bone. Congratulations, maybe you've been repressed your life like Elon. The reason why he was bald is because he was like insecure, oh, fuck. And I finally out there trying to do shit. He's take. It was stupid, and that can be part. And I'm fucking brilliant. Oh God, I feel like I should fireball sometimes. Like, I swear to God, like, I just. Alright, you know what I'm saying? Because I think that deep, but that's why you want my mind there, doing it, being the one to decide, basically. And because you don't want anybody else to decide unless they're thinking like I do. So, like, some of you are going, what the hell are you talking about? You sound stupid, you sound crazy. Some of you might like, yeah, I agree. But, yeah. And so now, what the world has become is because humanity has become so stupid. Now it's just, how do I sell and trick because it's like, now people want to be cows. It's like humanity wants to go back to being a cow. So how do I, like, the best people for that get hired and are pushed up to help people become cows, basically. And people who are, I'm teaching you how to stand up on from all fours to 2 feet so you have hands. Me, I get killed off and I have no baby. I have no baby. I have no future. I have no nothing. I have no, you know what I'm saying? I just disappear. My intelligence, boop, gone. That's what they want. Unless they could capitalize and milk my shit. And, like, oh, thanks for the rich. Like, most writers, basically. All that is just they're paying to rip you off. Like, sell your shit when it's worth it. Like, I'll sell to get it around, sell out in order to get it around, but I'm not gonna sell out because I want a car. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want my message around. That's like, we'll broadcast it, but yeah, that's when I would listen. But if it's like, we'll sell our what's called don't say that and it'll give you this. And I'm like, no, I'm not saying it.
Climate of Earth since the dawn of the Industrial Revolution. So you've heard that this contributes to the greenhouse effect.
So, anyways,
changes.
Okay.
Cool. So, couple of points. As you surely know, all evidence gathered from many branches of science point to human-induced changes in the climate of Earth since the dawn of the Industrial Revolution. So you've heard that this contributes to the greenhouse effect. The greenhouse effect is where visible light hits Earth's surface absorbs it, and then re-radiates it in the infrared. And it's that infrared that gets trapped in the atmosphere, raising the temperature. That's the greenhouse effect in a nutshell. There are multiple kinds of greenhouse gases.
And for the record, because he doesn't go deep enough, he's trying to explain it to stupid people. I'm sorry to say, but you're pretty stupid if you don't know what a greenhouse is. Or you're young, or you're a child, or you're just someone who is so disconnected and you have a valid excuse, and that's okay. You're not stupid. But there are some people in the world that says, like, I am connected to the thought, like, they have, like, they're paying attention to everything that I am, or that I have to say, or whatever the deal may be. Sorry, like, when I raised my voice a little loud, I heard something, so someone's trying to get my attention. It sounded like, but anyways, what's it called? There are people that have no excuse to not know, and they don't. Those are the people I'm talking about, okay? There are some people, like myself, I'm older, but I've basically been a slave for the last, like, 25 years of my life, basically, right? That's my excuse and my reasoning for my life, basically. And then we have the dishonest people who have fucked around intentionally, but they faked it until they maked it, basically. That's the problem group that we have that are in charge of America right now. And that's the problem. That's the kind of people that want to kill me, and the person that hit the, like, for example, that smacked the wall in or something to try to shut me up. Instead of being like, oh, he made a noise, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? Like,
water vapor is a greenhouse gas. That's why humid environments, the temperature doesn't plunge very much at night when the sun sets. Look at the temperature range between midday and midnight in humid environments compared with very dry environments. You can have a 40-degree Fahrenheit shift from daytime highs to nighttime lows in desert climates. When you have a warmer Earth,
in desert climates. But last I checked, that's like 5% of the world or some shit. And most of the world is ocean. So let's talk about the ocean. Like, why are you, like, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of why I'm here and interrupting, because these little things need to be thought of and said. And that's why my teachers didn't like me. That's why people don't like me. That's why I invented the smartass test. To invent, are you a smartass? Or not invent, but to tell if you're a smartass, or if you're someone actually trying to learn and understand to make the world a better place. Because my mom would have been a great person for Elon Musk, for example. Like, he should have been born from my mother. He probably, like, we probably were the same. No, because he has a lot more in education, as far as he can remember a lot more things than I can. Like, I can't remember shit. But what, for example, what I was talking about, I don't remember. But the point is, this is like, I back to my original point. I'm just fact checking, right? Like, he brought up, like, he made what's called a statement based off of like 10% of the world, 5% of the world, but that's it. That's not the problem, right? Like, stop focusing on the problem and make it seem like the whole fucking thing's not. That's the problem with the world. They act like, oh, white people are the problem. They're not. It's not white people. It's a group in the white people. You know what I'm saying? They happen to be white. It's like saying, like, not all white people are racists, but all of the racists are white people. You know what I'm saying? That whole thing. So yeah, and again, that's why my mom was she repressed me because she took it my intelligence and my questioning and my like, no as being a smart ass basically, when in reality I was just calling her out. Basically, that's it. Calling you out. That's all I was doing. But like, I think the society, like the rich, have uh, tried to educate the masses, everyone else, to take my the who I am as bad. Like snitches get stitches, for example. And it's like, why are you trying to encourage bad people to rule the world? Like, we don't want to become Russia, or we don't want to become India or China or be run by that shit. You know what I'm saying? We want America to stay America. We don't want to be owned by Elon Muskinauts. You know what I'm saying? Robots that are run by Elon Musk or drones and shit, right? We don't want that to be our leader. We want to be a free people, right? And to be free, we need to think. And that's what I'm saying. I'm probably on the side of our forefathers. And for a while, I was discouraged because the wavelength that they sent across the world affected everybody but me. And so when I was just trying to learn, they took that as being a smartass because generally speaking, to someone in my situation is being a smartass, but I'm the exception. You know what I'm saying? I'm the exception. End of story. I'm the exception. Period. That's why I say I'm the smartest man in the world. I may or may not be, but I say that encouraging people in general. Come at me, test me, see what you got. Send your best, and we will see intelligence, right? That's what I'm asking for. Send the best intelligent person, the most intelligent. Kaku, fucking anybody, dude. I don't see Kaku as intelligent. I see Kaku as he's too fucking up his own ass to like think. Anyways, enough ranting. Back to the video.
You can sustain more water vapor into the gas, into the atmosphere. You may have remembered from chemistry. The warmer a solution is, the more you can dissolve into it, the more it can hold.
Hello?
Please listen. This is the National Emergency Support Program, and I've got great news for you. Right now, you can claim up to $30,000 in emergency relief to use however you need. Bills, emergencies, or personal expenses. But listen closely. This program won't be around much longer. With a new administration taking office soon, major changes are coming, and programs like this may not continue. That's why you need to act today. There's no credit check, approvals are same day, and it's fast and easy to claim your funds. Here's what you do. Dial 1 right now. Again, press 1. Don't let this opportunity slip away. Press 1 and take control of your future today. If you feel like this is not for... At this time, we do not have an agent that fits your geographical location or personal situation. You may try to call back at a later time.
I think they finally got it that it doesn't work on me. The scams still come my way, but the scammers don't want any of it. Today's Monday. So I got an email from somebody that's like weekly on Thursday from, let's see, weekly from 4:30 to 5:30 on Thursday from THU September 19th to Wednesday February 12th. That part makes sense. But what does it mean? Weekly from 4:30 to 5 on Thursday. So on Thursday until the 12th? Is that what it's, I don't know what the fuck, something like. Sorry. I got a message, and again, I'm starving for intelligence. So bring it.
And we ask, well, what are the consequences of that? And everyone is saying, I don't see any change. What's a couple of degrees warmer? There's a lot of that talk. That's not the issue here. I'm not here to debate with anybody whether the models that predicted a temperature rise were bang on, low, or high. That's not my point.
Okay.
My point is, when you alter the climate in any way, you are changing what Earth's surface experiences compared with historical averages. So, when Earth came out of its last ice age, oh, by the way, I voiced a character in Ice Age 5, the film. But billions and billions of years ago. Anyhow, after the Ice Age, our nomadic ancestors, after the ice.
Hold on.
The film. But billions and billions of years ago. Anyhow, after the Ice Age,
wow,
our nomadic ancestors, trying to not die from a frozen Earth, finally see an Earth that warms up, naturally, by the way, but over thousands of years, warm up and become relatively stable. And they say to themselves, this is pretty good, and I'm tired of wandering, and I know how to control crops, and I can control distribution of food, goods, and resources. I'm going to build a city.
No, that. They didn't. No. So let's go back.
Become relatively stable, and they say to themselves, "This is pretty good," and I'm tired of wandering.
No, that never happened. They were wandering, and some stayed, and some wandered. That's what you're messing up. Is you're making it too extreme. It's everything is fitting in. You need to expand it a little bit. Instead of one raindrop, you need multiple drops, basically. Because what happens is you're secluding the thought from happening. This is why people are pissed off when they're like, oh, there's no black representation in a movie. And in certain movies, in certain situations, it makes sense. Okay, sure. But in some situations, it doesn't make sense. Like, we're talking about like the 1500s. There were no black people in America like at that time except for slavery. Like that's how black people got here was slavery, right? Because no one came here willingly. Every black person at some point came from a slave at some point, and then you had to break down all history and all that bullshit. But
and I know how to control crops,
and yeah, some people learned. Yeah,
and control distribution of food, goods, and resources.
And some people learned. Yeah. Some people carried off.
I'm going to build a city.
Okay,
where are you going to put a city? You're going to put it on the water's edge, be it ocean, lake, on a river.
No, the reason why they did that was because they had cities higher up, basically, and then they had kids, and the kids had kids, and then the kids had kids, and so forth and so on. They ventured. And they left these high up cities and these high up homes and went to the water's edge. And the reason why they did that is because it's ancient knowledge that the water was going to rise again, basically. water was going to float up, pretty much, and everything that we have is going to go away. At some point, all that water is gone. Well, we have an ice age coming. I may not be alive for it, but an ice age is coming. And we have to survive through an ice age. And then the same thing's going to happen. And then all that water is going to melt and it's going to flood everything. And it's crazy. What's going to happen is fucking insane. We're getting too hot. And that's what's going to happen. We're getting too hot. So all the ice will melt and then everything will go up to the water will go up to here, and then when the water is like all up to there, that's when it'll get too cold and it'll go back down again. So it's
Typically, why? Oh, because it enables transportation, commerce, irrigation. If you have crops, all the greatest cities of the world were built on the water's edge. Now that you have a city there. And you have this sort of long run of...
But it's not so much that they're like, Los Angeles is going to be the world's biggest city, so let's put it here. No. It's just that there happened to be a city called Los Angeles. And everybody was going there because of where it was or because of what it had. And it just got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until to the point where it's like, let's go to LA because LA is the shit, basically. It's not because they planned it. And that's what's going on now. And that's what they're trying to do on the right. Like when AOC showed up, they tried to create a fake AOC. Or when the squad showed up, they tried to make an artificial squad. And they tried to just make it up. They tried to they basically put a loose around it. Like, oh, that's the free form, so they're going to call it paid for or a sellout form. They're going to try to fake me. This is why the rich are trying to suppress me, by the way. And again, I need you to spread me out because they won't, because I'm anti them, basically.
All the greatest cities of the world.
So yeah, like that's what happened. Is all the greatest cities weren't the greatest cities then. So he's wrong once again. And again, I'm not saying I fuck that guy, I hate it, yeah, kill them all, yeah. I'm not saying, oh, shut up, you're a dumbass, you take your license away. I'm not saying, oh, you're a fat, obese fuck. No, I'm saying, I like you, I'd have a coffee with you, I'd eat a Twinkie with you, I'd get fat with you, I'd go to the gym, like, it doesn't matter, whatever, let's fucking hang out, that's fine, cool, whatever. But what I am saying is, or what I am doing, again, you're wrong, and it's okay to be wrong. And society, again, the evil in the world, that's why I made the asshole or the what is it called, the smart ass test, right? And because anybody that just gets stitches, like, you're the bad people. They made, like, this is a bad people's world. Like, why is little girls being proud of being, I'm a bad girl, right? It's because bad guys are winning, basically. We're seeing, like, what would happen in a dark America. And we don't want it. We don't want it. The idea you have, or what you're thinking about, is the fun version, basically. That's not what's going to happen, all right? That's all I'm saying.
We're built on the water's edge.
No,
now that
wrong.
You have a city there, and you have this sort of long run of relatively stable climate post-ice age, what does that even mean? Oh, stable climate doesn't mean nothing changes. It means over the decades, even over the centuries, the city will see variations in the weather that are contained within a zone, within a band of variation.
So what happened, and the reason why the cities were lost or not, humanity may have been alive once upon a time. And humanity may have existed once upon a time, basically. And they caused climate change, and that's what triggered the ice age. Maybe it's not a repeating cycle. Maybe it happened because the old humanity fucked up, and we happened to survive. And the only reason why we happened to survive is because humanity evolved in the Neanderthals and whatever to stay alive and to venture out. They got tougher and fucking that went out there into the world. And like I know a dude named Max, and we used to go to we used to have to, he was a really good worker. The problem was he was not fit to be a manager at all. He was a really good worker, not fit to be a manager. Problem was he had a mom who was a manager, basically, and she was pretty good. Problem is she didn't raise her kid right, so he was a piece of shit, right? He had all the secrets and techniques to be great, but no discipline. So he was an evil leader, right? And I had to face that, and I won basically, but I ended up losing the job because of bullshit. Um, and, I lost the job because of my fault. Because I was too honest, and the system was too honest, and the store didn't like me because I was too honest. They were looking for a way to get rid of me. I gave it to them, and they fucking hopped on it. And it's a crazy story, but yeah.
So you
That's
measure that range within the city, and then the city accommodates this fact. How? Oh, well, if there's a period where there's a little bit of a drought, you build in water supply that'll help get you through a drought. If it's get a certain amount of snow in modern times, you have a store of salt to put salt on the ground to melt the snow down to certain temperatures. All right, if it's a little too hot, you make sure that people have air conditioning. Do you realize the population of Texas went up significantly only after air conditioning became widespread and available? What's going on here is for every city, especially those built on the water's edge, there is life experience of the records of that city that tell people what is the range of weather that they can experience in snowfall, in rainfall, and in temperature especially. And the city works to accommodate that range. And you know something? That's the range it has been in for thousands of years as these cities rose up to fit into the environment in which they were embedded. You go to Los Angeles.
That's where global warming came from. It's because we grew faster than our stability, basically. And that's why bad guys are winning right now. So thank you for pointing that out. It's a very good point. I'm glad I'm recording this. Again, it's a very good point. Very good point.
The LA.
So you may be right about talking about the weather, but I'm relating it to the world, basically, because again, you're saying that humanity was a certain way, and I'm saying that's exactly the problem. Like with the weather, whatever, fine, sure, it sounds right, right? But the problem is humanity and thinking about reality and all, like the Ice Age. It may not be maybe it was a once in a lifetime deal, basically, or maybe it was the last ice age was man made. Maybe we have underground homes and whatnot. Maybe we lived as mole people, and that's why we're fucking hairy, right? And then suddenly we start stepping out into the world, and hairless people are starting to become more and more common, basically, because you don't need hair anymore, right? So yeah, it's just keep going,
river.
Keep going.
When I was first told it was an LA river, I said that doesn't look like a river. It looks like a cement basin. The LA River was built to accommodate flash floods, which was in the knowledge of residents and in the range of expectations for the weather of the region. If you're unfamiliar with the LA River, it made a cameo in the Terminator series, Terminator 2 especially. Arnold is riding his motorcycle in and out of the LA River because it's just a little trickle, which it is most of the time unless it rains heavily. That is a protection system against what we knew are the ranges of rainfall that LA would experience. All right, we are changing the climate. Climate change. When you change the climate, what happens is no longer is the life experience of everyone who's ever lived in your city, the full measure of what is possible in that city and why that city was built. Climate change around the world will take you out of that stability zone.
Right.
You could get less rain than ever before, more rain than ever before. Temperatures can get colder than ever before, hotter than ever before. We are broadening the climatic experience that anyone has ever seen. As we go forward, we need to widen our expectations.
And that's what caused the last ice age. I'm just saying. Whoa! Like, could you imagine?
An understanding of what could possibly happen. What happened in New York City a few years ago? We had Hurricane Sandy. By the way, it wasn't even hurricane status by the time it came to New York, but it had conditions that we had never seen in the history of the city. The water level rose so high, it was higher than any previous level breached in the history of the city. Waters spilled around the entrance.
As far as you know, as far as we know, as far as we have seen, because if you think about it, every year is really a year. And don't get me wrong, when the ice age happens, it's gonna come in like it's going to rain, like literally, like Noah's Ark, that whole saying, where it rained for thousands of years. I'm sure that's way over exaggerated, and really it probably only rained for like 3 years, right? But it covered everything, right? So, but
to our tunnels. Oh my gosh, major points of egress and ingress between Manhattan and the rest of the world, outside of our range, outside of the life experience of the city. So what did we do? We had to pump out the tunnels. That took a while, right? There are these huge doors now that can close off the entrances and the exits to the tunnels. That's a response to a new...
We adapted, we evolved. That's the whole point of life. That's how we work, is we evolve. That's why we can't have people like Elon Musk who are trying to take away and make people stupid ants so that they can sit there and be farmers and work away forever. And you can't have like, oh, it's just us 10 and we're going to be like the best 10 there ever was forever, because that 10 will get stagnant and you're going to eventually need to go a new farm and then new farm. Like, if you think of what a farm is, like a fertilizer, for example, you're bringing in new bodies. That's basically what fertilizer is new bodies. Basically, as you're bringing life to the earth, and then the life grows out of it, and you put more into it, it grows out of it, more into it, it grows out of it. That's what that is. If you think of it, that's what that is. And the grass is good here. The reason why is because it has fertilizer, it has life, and it makes sense.
Normal, where the water levels might get higher than anyone had ever seen, not only in our lives, but in the life of the city itself.
Yeah.
So, as we go forward, cities are going to have...
Here's the question. It takes us 365 days to go around the sun. That's a year. All right. But the question is that a universal reset? Basically, like, not a universe. I know in the universe, no. According to the universe, we're still on day one, right? Because it's universe one. The second it dies, then possibly universe two or so. I don't know. That's going too far to my knowledge. I can't imagine. It can't. This is too far. But what I'm saying is we have the 8 planets, whatever, in our solar system. So that's what I'm saying. The solar system. So it takes 365 days a year, right? I'm asking, is that for everything? Everything resets? Or are we off by it? Like, what's going on? And what does that off mean? Like, I know there's an adjustment made every so often. and like there's daylight savings time, so be it, and whatever. How we lose an hour, gain an hour, lose an hour, gain an hour. I guarantee it's we don't lose an hour 6 months and gain an hour for 6 months. It's we lose an hour for like 8 months and gain an hour, or yeah, gain an hour for 4 months or something like that. I don't know. It's probably smaller than that or something. But the point is that's how they balance the system. It's kind of stupid if you think about it. It makes sense, but it's kind of stupid if you think about it. But the point is, and this is exactly why you want to pay me so much money, it's so fucking brilliant. Again, is and the question is, I just die. Maybe that's right. I think I will title this video when I'm done something to do with I bet you are too stupid to watch or to follow, because my channel really you have to be smart to really enjoy it.
I have to do this. You're going to have to be ready for climactic events that fall outside of your experience.
The question I was trying to get to, by the way, real quick, is resets. Every 365 days, it's a new year. Is that everything in the system resets? It's back to how it was, and then now we go forward and back to how it was. And so every year, basically, as long as we get back to where we were the year before, then everything is the same. But if we go the 1 year we're hot or hotter than we were last year, then next year we have to be colder. So next year, and I don't just mean the last day, I mean forever. Like we have to count for that somewhere, somehow, some way, right? There's some balance in the system.
The effects of climate change will not impact everyone equally around the world. Right. Consider, for example, there are whole countries, island countries in the Pacific, where their average land elevation is low compared with sea level. As the world warms and we lose our ice cap from Antarctica and Greenland, which are the two major ice caps in the world, that melts back into the oceans. It's going to change the water levels and flood those countries. Mm-hmm. The military knows about this. They're called climate refugees, people whose country is gone because the warming of the earth changed the water levels that surrounded their countries. In England, it's getting warmer in England. A little bit outside their zone, okay? There's rumors that they're now making champagne in England. Okay, that's different for their economy. That's also a consequence of climate change. And in one of the airports in England a couple of years ago, during one of the heat waves, the tarmac was melting. Planes couldn't land. And the recent cold wave that emerged out of Canada down into the United States, it reached the Gulf states, shattering records for snowfall in Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana. So I just wanted to add some perspective to what it means when we talk about climate change. Get ready for the new normal. And in most places on Earth, it's not going to be pretty.
And I made what you said way more better, way more complicated, way more interesting, way more thought-provoking. A lot more to think and or to talk about. Also, I would argue more compelling. Thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking about shit I never thought about before. Anyways, as you can see, that's it for the video. I'm going to just play off the last seconds. Yeah, that was it. So anyways, be well, be happy, be safe. I'll talk to you later. Be well. Again, if I say this all the time, I'm agnostic. The reason why I am agnostic is because I don't know if there is and or there isn't, and I can never know that there is and or there isn't. So I'm agnostic, and I believe that everybody in the world should be agnostic. But, however, I see the good that exists from the story of Santa, right? I see the good that it comes from, basically. So I would play along even if I could confirm that it was fake, right? Even if, even if I would play along as if it was real because just the happiness, the happiness that it brings. It's the same thing with Christianity. I don't know enough about um, the other Bibles out there. I can't think of the word. The I was gonna say Cabal. What the fuck? Whatever. Anyways, you know what I'm saying. People that go by different standards or whatnot. Everything's whatever you do is acceptable. If you have tits and a penis, whatever. I don't care. Stay out of like. I don't want to say stay out of my life. Because if you're in my life, that's fine. But we should not govern. Basically, the government shouldn't be involved, and that should be more of a state government or even a town specific thing because I don't know any trans people, so I guess I don't know why it's a widespread thing, you know. Like if there were trans everywhere, and every town, everywhere, and every single time, and I looked around, there was a bi gay, and every you know what I'm saying. If it was a problem, then sure, but as is, it's kind of just whatever. So that's how I felt about it. Just stay out of my business, right? That's what it is. My life, hi, welcome, whatever. You know, if you're gonna walk by, you know, take care. Bless you, right? It's fine, whatever. But just stay out of my business. Don't change my rules and my regulations based off of whatever. Kind of like the abortion thing. Like, why? It's between a woman and her doctor. Let it be. If they want to, who fucking cares? It's their kid. It's their kid. Don't get me wrong. If they're using it more of a oopsies or it's again, I got another abortion. Yes, I was drunk. You know, something stupid, right? Like Becky again. Okay, all right. Like if it becomes a habit or a regular thing for somebody, no. Like first time's free, right? But the second it starts to like you again, then it's after a while. You don't get raped every week. Come on now, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, T-Roll, take it easy, be well, be happy, be safe. Quran, I think it was called. The Quran. Anyways, be well, be happy, be safe, and peace.